The question that is now concerning and alarming before us is not only our overwhelming stupidity and by the kind of ignorance, arrogance, vanity, delusion we are overcome and overrun because of the governmental delusions and the kind of facades that have been created before us for us to consume, so that we become and remain consumers and also complacent, satisfied, pleased all the time because of social media validation on the basis of the kind of pleasure, comfort we seek. We obviously are expected to remain satisfied with all that in one way or another. But the question is, can we entertain rationality in life? Can we become and then practice also reason, wisdom, intelligence, critical thinking anymore? Because we seem to have lost all our capacity for these faculties in life. We have systematically and intentionally divorced ourselves from heavy thinking and psychological weightlifting, although we are lifting weights at gym for appearance, for the sake of validation on social media by showing off our looks and muscles. That is absurd and insane anyways. But that is the only thing we are now reduced to doing, just scrolling and validating and improving of ourselves because we do not have self-validation, self-recognition, self-respect anymore. That's why we are now overcome by overwhelming stupidity, ignorance, arrogance, mediocrity in our lives in one way or another. Whether educated or uneducated, we are mediocre. When it comes to action, behavior, we are demonstrating gross ignorance and unbelievable conformity, compliance to social ideals and public authorities, without which we don't seem to be able to live anymore. So if we're already dependent and handcuffed by so many dependencies and externals, then we are neither rational nor free nor virtuous, but very much dependent and enslaved and subjugated by all the external means and mediums and entertainments in one way or another. So definitely we are enslaved, but we can still become rational, reasonable in life if we develop these qualities within ourselves differently in different ways. We can still entertain rationality, wisdom, but that will be very difficult because most people are unwilling to think for themselves and by themselves, but only pick up the script that's given to them and become whatever society asks them to become, the system demands them to do and expects them to say. They just are doing all that. So definitely we have become fools and idiots, and we don't bother, we don't care anymore because we have our mediocrity, dependency upon pleasure, comfort, validation alive to seek to pursue distraction, comfort, delusion, because we are fundamentally delusional now and complacent also. We neither